Hi there, welcome back. So, Chapter 19, Proclamation of the Blue Lord. I have a brilliant plan, said Daksha. Daksha and Virini were dining at the royal palace in Devagiri. A wary Virini put the morsel of roti and vegetables back on her plate. She stole a quick glance towards the attendant standing guard at the door. What plan? Asked Virini. Believe me, said an excited Daksha. If we can implement it, the war will be over even before it has begun. But Lord Vrigu? Even Lord Vrigu would be impressed. We will be rid of the Neelkanth problem once and for all. Wasn't it the Neelkanth opportunity some years ago? Asked a sarcastic Virini. Don't you understand what is happening? Asked an irritated Daksha. Do I have to explain everything to you? War is about to break out. Our soldiers are training continuously. Yes, I am aware of that. But I think we should keep out of this and leave the matter entirely to Lord Vrigu. Why? Lord Vrigu is not the Emperor of India. I am. Have you told Lord Vrigu that? Don't irritate me, Virini. If you are not interested in what I have to say, just say so. I am sorry, but I think it's better to leave all the decision making to Lord Vrigu. All we should be concerned about is our family. There you go again, said Daksha, raising his voice. Family, family, family. Don't you care about how the world will see me, how history will judge me? Even the greatest of men cannot dictate how posterity will judge them. Daksha pushed his plate away, shouting, You are the source of all my problems. It is because of you that I haven't been able to achieve all that I could have. Virini looked at the attendants and turned back towards her husband. Keep your voice down, Daksha. Don't make a mockery of our marriage. Ha! This marriage has been a mockery from the very beginning. Had I a more supportive wife, I would have conquered the world by now. Daksha got up angrily and stormed out. This is a huge mistake, said Kali. In his obsession for the right way, your father may end up losing the war. Ganesh and Karthik were in her chamber in the Kashi palace. I disagree, Mausi, said Karthik. I think Baba did the right thing. We have to win, but we must do it the right way. I thought you were in agreement with us, said a frowning Kali. I was, but Ma's words convinced me otherwise. In any case, Mausi, said Ganesh, it has happened. Let us not fret over it. We should focus on the war instead. Do we have a choice? Asked Kali. Baba told me that I will lead the war effort in Ayodhya, said Ganesh. Karthik, you will be with me. We will destroy them, Dada, said Karthik, raising his clenched right fist. That we will, said Ganesh. Mausi, are you sure about Lothal and Maika? I have already asked Suparna to send ambassadors to Governor Chinnardhwaj, said Kali. Trust me, he is a friend. Karthik bent and touched his mother's feet. Vijay Bhava, my child, said Sati as she applied the red tilak on Karthik's forehead for good luck and victory. Sati, Ganesh and Karthik were in the Neelkanth's chamber. Ganesh, whose forehead already wore the tilak, looked at his brother with pride. Karthik was still a child, but was already universally respected as a fearsome warrior. The two sons of Shiva were to set sail down the Ganga and meet their allies in Vaishali. From there, they were to turn back, sail up the Sarayu and attack Ayodhya. Ganesh turned towards his father and touched his feet. Shiva smiled as he pulled Ganesh up into an embrace. My blessings are not as potent as those that emerge from your mother's heart, but I know that you will make me proud. I will try my best, Baba, smiled Ganesh. Kartik turned and touched Shiva's feet. Shiva embraced his younger son. Give them hell, Kartik. Kartik grinned. I will, Baba. You should smile more often, Kartik, said Sati. You look more handsome when you do. Kartik smiled broadly. The next time we meet, I will certainly be grinning from year to year, for our army would have defeated Ayodhya by then. Shiva patted Kartik on his back before turning to Ganesh. If Ayodhya is willing to break ranks with Meluha after my proclamation is made public, then I would rather we don't attack them. I understand, Baba, said Ganesh. This is why I am taking Bhagirath along with me. His father may hate the Ayodhyan prince, but Bhagirath still has access to many members of the nobility. I'm hoping he'll be able to convince them. When will the proclamation come out, Baba? Asked Kartik. Next week, answered Shiva. Stay in touch with the Vaishali Vasudev Pandit for the reactions from across different kingdoms in Swadweep. You will know then what to expect in Ayodhya also. Yes, Baba, said Kartik. Shiva turned to Ganesh. I have been told that you have recruited Divodas and the Branga soldiers into the army. Yes, said Ganesh. We will leave on board 5 ships and meet the combined Branga Vaishali army at Vaishali. I am told they have 200 ships. 50 of them have been deputed to the Western army under your command and are on their way to Kashi. The remaining 150 ships will be with me. We will attack Ayodhya with 150,000 men. That won't be enough to conquer them, said Sati. But we should be able to tie them down. Yes, answered Ganesh. We will hold them back, Baba, said Kartik. I promise you. Shiva smiled. How is she now? Asked Kali. Kali was at the river gate of the eastern palace of the Kashi king Atithigva. The palace had been built on the western banks of the Ganga, which was considered inauspicious for any permanent construction. The kings of Kashi had bought this land to ensure that no Kashi citizen lived on that side. It was in this place that Atithigva had housed his Naga sister, Maya. Ganesh and Kali's open presence had given Atithigva the courage to let his sister come out of hiding. Your medicines have helped, Your Highness, said Atithigva. At least she is not in terrible pain anymore. The Paramatma has sent you as an angel to help my sister. Kali smiled sadly. She knew it was a matter of time before Maya, a singular name for conjoined twins who were fused into one body from the chest down, would die. It was a miracle that Maya had lived for so long. On discovering her presence, Kali had immediately supplied Naga medicines to lessen her suffering. Since she was to leave with the Western army the next day, she had come over to leave the rest of her medicines with Maya. I am no angel, said Kali. If the Paramatma had any sense of justice, he wouldn't make an innocent person like Maya suffer so much. I am doing all I can to set right his injustices. Atithigva shrugged in resignation, but was too pious to curse God. Kali's gaze turned towards the Ganga, where the 50 ships of the Branga Armada had dropped anchor just the previous day. The mighty fleet covered the width of the river, stretching to the opposite bank. A nervous excitement was palpable throughout Kashi. The smell of war was in the air. The flotilla's initial progress would be slow, for they would first sail west against the current and then southwards up the Chambal. After disembarking, the soldiers would then march towards the Narmada. The second voyage would take them along the course of the Narmada out to the western sea and then north towards Meluha. Let's go in, said Kali. "I would like to see Maya before I leave." "Your Highness," said Kanakhala, running into Daksha's private office. Daksha looked up at his Prime Minister as he slipped the papyrus he was reading back into the drawer of his desk. "Where's the fire, Kanakhala?" "Your Highness," said a frantic Kanakhala, obviously carrying something within the folds of her Angavastram. "You need to see this." Kanakhala placed a thin stone tablet on her emperor's desk. "What is this?" said Daksha. "You need to read it, Your Highness." Daksha bent over to read. "To all of you who consider yourselves the children of Manu and followers of the Sanatan Dharma, this is a message from me, Shiva, your Neelkanth. I have travelled across our great land through all the kingdoms we are divided into, met with all the tribes that populate our fair realm. I have done this in search of the ultimate evil, for that is my task. Father Manu had told us evil is not a distant demon. It works its destruction close to us, within us. He was right. He told us evil does not come from down below and devour us. Instead, we help evil destroy our lives. He was right. He told us good and evil are two sides of the same coin, that one day the greatest good will transform into the greatest evil. He was right. Our greed in extracting more and more from good turns it into evil. This is the universe's way of restoring balance. It is the Paramatma's way to control our excesses. I had come to the conclusion that the Somras is now the greatest evil of our age. All the good that could be wrung out of the Somras has been wrung. It is time now to stop its use, before the power of its evil destroys us all. It has already caused tremendous damage, from the killing of the Saraswati river to birth deformities to the disease that plague some of our kingdoms. For the sake of our descendants, for the sake of our world, we cannot use the Somras anymore. Therefore, by my order, the use of Somras is banned forthwith. To all those who believe in the legend of the Neelkanth, follow me. Stop the Somras. To all those who refuse to stop using the Somras, know this: you will become my enemy, and I will not stop till the use of the Somras is stopped. This is the word of your Neelkanth. Daksha looked completely stunned. What the hell? I do not understand what this means, Your Highness, said Kanakhala. Do we stop using the Somras? Where did you find this? I didn't, Your Highness, said Kanakhala. It was hung on the outer wall of the temple of Lord Indra near the public bath. Half the citizens have seen this already, and they would be talking to the other half by now. Where is Maharishi Vrigu? My lord, what about the Somras? Where is Maharishi Vrigu? But if the Neelkanth has issued this order, we have no choice. Damn it, Kanakhala, screamed Daksha. Where is Maharishi Vrigu? Kanakhala was silent for an instant. She did not like the way her emperor had spoken to her. Maharishi Vrigu had left Prayag a little more than a month ago. That was the last I have heard of him, Your Highness. It will take him at least 2 more months to reach Devagiri. Then we will wait for him before deciding on a course of action, said Daksha. But how can we oppose a proclamation from the Neelkanth, Your Highness? Who is the Emperor, Kanakhala? You are, Your Highness. And have I taken a decision? Yes, Your Highness. Then that is the decision of Meluha. But the people have already read this. I want you to put up a notice stating that this proclamation is a fraudulent. It cannot have been made by the true Neelkanth, for he would never go against the greatest invention of Lord Brahma, the Somras. But is that true, Your Highness? Daksha's eyes narrowed, his temper barely in check. Kanakhala, just do what I tell you to do, or I will appoint someone else as Prime Minister. Kanakhala brought her hands together in a formal but icy namaste and turned to leave. She couldn't resist final parting shot though. What if there are other notices like this? Daksha looked up. Send bird couriers across the empire. If they see such a notice anywhere, it must be pulled down and replaced with what I have asked you to put up instead. This notice is bogus, do you understand? Yes, Your Highness, said Kanakhala. As she closed the door behind her, Daksha angrily flung the tablet on the floor. Mine is the only practical way to stop this. Maharishi Vrigu has to listen to me.